Cigar time. Cigar time. This is outrageous how satanic this World Cup is. I'm doing a maximum of an hour because I've got stuff to get done. Stuff to get done, baby. This is a joke, isn't it? 4-0 Brazil. You saw me code Brazil yesterday in the live stream. As clean as a whistle, Brazil were winning that game. Neymar were going to score. Done. Done after 13 minutes. Remember, the World Cup final leaves 13 days left in the year. So I really think Brazil get to the final and lose. Everyone I speak to says Brazil's going to win it. Brazil, Brazil, Brazil. Yes, I've seen the riddle. Yes, I know that odds suggest they're going to win it. I just feel like everyone's lumping on Brazil. Everyone already thinks Brazil have won the World Cup. Just like everyone in my community today thought Japan were going to win and qualify, and I thought Croatia because of that. And I looked deep into Croatia, and in play I was like, they're going to qualify. I'll tell you why they qualified. I'll tell you why Neymar scored. I'll tell you why Brazil are going to get the 666 win today, 666 days after Brady won the Super Bowl. And if he wins today, he goes 6-6. And the book of Revelation is the 66th book of the Bible. Notice Brazil made it 4-0 after 36 minutes, and 666 is the 36th triangular number. 36, the square root is 6. Neymar scores after 13 minutes, the 6th prime number. So it's just a lot of people are just adamant it's Brazil. And if they win it, I won't be shocked. I've told you a part of me will be happy because they have the Christ the Redeemer statue. But I still think England. I'll be posting my code for England and France in a few days. It's really remarkable what I found, just what I found with the fact that they're playing each other on that date. It's just insanity. So I didn't watch this penalty shootout with Japan. I've heard it was the worst penalties ever. I've told you at this point that the players have no control of what goes on the field. It's all biblical. It's all supernatural. It's demonic. Okay? Those players were not told to miss. They're not in control. I'll tell you what happened in that Japan game. And when they scored after 25 minutes, I was like, Croatia are going to qualify. All right? Croatia are going to qualify here. So this is what I said. Japan scored the opening goal of the game. It was scored by number 25, which I've been raving on about recently because Ronaldo was born on 2-5, as was Neymar. And Neymar just returned today, and he scored like I said he would. This was Japan's 25th World Cup game. I said on my website, I don't think they'll have another one. That's why I was like, get on Croatia in play now, minus 130, because I don't think Japan are going to have another World Cup game. And I've told you, I think this is the last ever World Cup that will be played. So it goes to penalties, which, by the way, finished 3-1 to Croatia. After it was 1-1 after extra time. I tell you, 31 is the 11th prime, and 31 plus 11 is 42 for the beast. I tell you, I was born on my dad's 31st birthday, the 11th prime, my favourite number. He lives at number 11, does my dad. Lots of love, Dad. Although I know you don't watch what I do. So you had all these 25s with Japan, and then they score 1 out of 4 penalties. So they converted 25% of the penalties. I've told you before with England that in the Euro 2020 final, they scored 2 out of 5 penalties, and it was number 25, that little female Saka, who missed. The 25 is huge, okay, because the 4th horseman, which is death, I've given you all the videos about this. The 4th horseman is death, who has permission from God to take out 25% of the earth. That's why your icons like Neymar and Ronaldo were both born on 2-5. All right? 2 times 5 is your 10. For Satan, if you notice, the thumbnail I used was your boy Neymar doing this. which is your 666. All right. It's interesting as well that CR7 was born exactly 7 years before Neymar. CR7 was born 2/5/1985. Neymar was born 2/5/1992. Neymar was born exactly 7 years after Ronaldo. All right. 7 is so biblical. You'll see with my World Cup book, which will get released after this World Cup. And I'm telling you, whoever wins it, this book's going to change your outlook on professional sports. I have no doubt in my mind. If England win it, it might change your life. It's that good of a book. But either way, it's ridiculously good. And the 7 is just huge. And Brazil take the lead after 7 minutes. Do they? Of course they do. Of course they do. Let me just type something. Just these coincidences that I always discover, eh? The fact that Cristiano Ronaldo scored his first ever World Cup goal one day after Messi did, getting his first World Cup goal. Ronaldo got it on 6/17/2006. 6/17, the 113th prime. Coronavirus declared a global pandemic, 113. But what happened exactly 4 years after Ronaldo scored his first ever World Cup goal? What happened exactly 4 years later for the Four Horsemen? Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. was born. Yes. 6/17/2010. Ronaldo's first ever World Cup goal, 6/17/2006. Who was it against? Iran. Where did he make his name? In England. Who beat Iran 6-2 in the opening game of this World Cup? England. The code that I've got for Raheem Sterling is outrageous. The guy who's got a gun tattoo on his leg and he's had to go home because of armed robbery, and his dad got shot in Jamaica, Kingston, King, like Charles. It's all a ritual. It's sickening. And I take great pleasure in calling it out. And just a little heads up for any of you, and you might call me arrogant, but it's not me being arrogant. If you attempt to say that I'm wrong about something, make sure you're right. So I did a post about how Japan scored 25% of the penalties, and they're like, no, they scored 20%. I went, no, they didn't. They scored 1 out of 4, that's 25%. So if you're going to correct somebody, make sure you know what you're talking about. You're so rude. No, I'm not rude. I'm putting out this amazing work. You're trying your best to find fault in it, although it's almost impossible to, and you're wrong. If you're going to correct somebody, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're right. Oh, sorry, I didn't actually watch it. Guy thought in his head that you have to take 5 penalties in a penalty shootout. The guy don't have a clue. Croatia won 3. They'd already missed 3 out of 4 at Korea. The max they could get is 2. Penalty shootout over. Don't test me. Not because I'm so amazing. Just if I don't mind being corrected if I'm wrong. I've no issue. I actually appreciate it. Just make sure you know what you're talking about. Otherwise, you're making yourself look daft. And then to call me egotistical for correcting you when I'm actually right? Come on. Anyways, I'll tell you why Brazil are winning and why they've they've won the game. I rarely ever will say that in play where until the final whistle, the game's over. All right? The game's done. It's 4-0 at halftime. Remember that Jesus fasted 40 days and 40 nights. Christ the Redeemer statue is in Brazil. They open the scoring after 7 minutes. 7 is the 4th prime. So, of course, there's been 4 goals. It's just pathetic, this, when you get to a level that I'm at to see it. It's just cringeworthy at the same time as beautiful to be able to do it. It's also really, pathetic. You see how... I've said this to you before. Is imagine you go into a magic show and you just know the magician's tricks and you sat in the audience and you know what he's going to do, but occasionally he might pull out a trick you don't know how he's doing it. But in general, You know where they're going with it. And that's how I feel with this now. It's just scandalous. I've told you how all sports are synced up. So Brazil getting the 666 all-time win, 666 days after Tom Brady won Super Bowl 55, the Satanic Super Bowl. All right, 55 is the 10th Fibonacci triangular number. It was Brady's 10th Super Bowl. Number 10, Neymar returns. Okay, and he returns, and it's all connected to Pele, who's in hospital. And if you go back and watch a live stream I did over a year ago, I said Pele will die when Neymar overtakes him in the scoring charts. I'll find the exact one and I'll share it. Neymar's on 76 now. Pele 77. Personally, I don't think Neymar scores again in this game. If anything, if you're a Brazil coach, you'll take him off now. I don't think he scores again. I thought he would get one goal. Like the other day, I said Messi would get one goal. I think Neymar doesn't score again. Maybe I'm wrong. I doubt it. If this was real, he would take off at least 3 of his top players right now. He wouldn't keep Neymar on. She's being injured. All right, the 4-0 up. It's game over. You take him off. If Neymar doesn't come off at halftime, then it just shows you that these coaches, they're not coaching. They're not coaching at all. So I'll go through the Brazil code. And again, at this point, I'm not bothered if people say, well done, you called Brazil to win. Great job. Well done. You called Neymar to score. Well done. The fact is, guys, South Korea just beat Ronaldo's Portugal. All right, they qualified ahead of Uruguay and Ghana. They'd gone 3 games and only lost 1. All right, but now they're 1-1-2. Remember, the Jesuits operate in 112 nations. So, told you, Germany lost to Japan. Spain lost to Japan. And then Croatia knock out Japan, which it was blatant in play that they were going to do. If you can code at a high level, you see it. So I coded this Brazil game in play for you to show you how I do what I do, so you could witness what I do. And I coded the France-England game as well. And I've added way more. I've not shared that on the website yet because there's no rush to do so. They don't play, do they, for another 5 days? I ain't rushing that out, and I ain't going to tell everyone what it is. Brazil can get their 76th World Cup win. The World Cup final is 1 day after the Pope's birthday. He became the Pope at age 76. The Georgia Guidestones came down on 7/6 on George Bush Jr.'s 76th birthday. If Neymar scores, he will have 76 goals for Brazil. Tick. 7 times 6 equals 42. The beast reigns for 42 months. Brazil can get their 666th win, and 666 is the number of the beast. This will be Brazil's 113th game at the World Cup. Coronavirus was declared a global pandemic on 11/3. Brazil can advance to 246 points at the World Cup. Modern-day Freemasonry was founded on 24/6. Gareth Southgate was born on the 246th day of the year. Brazil can stay on 19 World Cup losses, the 8th prime, and get their 8th win versus Korea. The beast has 7 heads and 10 horns. That's why you've got CR7 and Messi number 10. Korea can stay on 7 World Cup wins and 10 World Cup draws. They were never going to get anything from this game. Queen equals 62 and 26. The teams last met on 6/2, and they will meet tomorrow on a day leaving 26 days left in the year. 62 plus 26 equals 88. If Brazil win, they'll get the 8th win versus Korea, stay on 1 draw, and stay on 1 loss. 8 times 11, 88. There was no World Cup in 42 and 46 due to World War II. 42 plus 46, 88. Brazil can stay on 18 World Cup draws 171 days before their coach's birthday. 171, the 18th triangular number. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. Number 10, Neymar, will be returning from his recent injury exactly 10 months after his birthday, as number 10, Pele, is in hospital. Satan equals 10. Neymar was born on 2-5. 2 times 5 equals 10. The fourth horseman has permission from God to take out 25% of the earth. Neymar's 123rd game for Brazil. Pele was born on 10/23 and went to hospital 10 months and 23 days before his birthday. That's what's going on there. You'll tell me that Brazil are winning because they're the better team. It has nothing to do with the players. All right? The players are not in control of their actions. That's why the rituals are so perfect in every sport. They're not in control. Once you give your soul to Satan, he owns you and he'll use you. You'll still have that fame and the fortune and the recognition. You're still playing in those stadiums, but it ain't really them. It's not them that have earned that through hard work and God-given talent. They're there because they've sold their souls. And they'll go to hell unless they repent. Simple as that. So Croatia qualify, number 10, Modric is the captain. He was the player of the tournament in 2018, just that little female witch who was at Tottenham. Yes, she was a decent player with nice demon inside of her, and then goes to Real Madrid, just wins everything. And I said it was all a war theme. Modric, connected to Kosovo. Okay, I've researched Modric. He's always pulling on people's heartstrings with his upbringing and the war and the family members that he lost. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. I see right through you, Luca. All right? And that number 10 on your back's not a coincidence, is it? Also, I've done all these riddles with Tottenham. Tottenham are so synced up with this World Cup, it's insane. That's why you've got Kane, who's going to go up against Lloris and probably score against him. But Modric made his name at Tottenham, didn't he? You've got the guy who got the header. From what I've heard, it was this unbelievable header that a human shouldn't be able to do, generate that amount of power. Perisic, he's at Tottenham. Southgate was linked with Tottenham. Why would you leave England to go coach Tottenham? I've got a million connections with Tottenham, but I ain't going to go through them. I told you, I don't give you everything. Where's the fun in that? You've got to figure stuff out yourself as well. Adam, I got Brazil-Portugal with Brazil winning. I know Brazil, they speak Portuguese. I don't believe Portugal get to the final. I think England, Brazil, which I said at the beginning of the World Cup, if it's not one of them, it's Argentina. All three of the teams that I said to back, they're all in the quarterfinals. It'll be a major shock if none of them make it to the semis or the final. So 83 in the live, 23 likes, 83, the 23rd prime. Brady, born on 83. World War II began 83 years ago. That's why there's been 83s everywhere. Everywhere. That's why I don't believe France will win the World Cup, because they've been in 3 World Cup finals. They've scored 8, conceded 3, and there's never been a 0-0 in a World Cup final, as far as I'm aware. So I don't think France get there. I think England knocked them out. I think the code suggests it. There's always numbers for the top nations. Anytime you code a top nation, or like Brady's team, or Steph Curry's team, or LeBron's, they always have phenomenal riddles because they've got these beasts on the team who always have numbers. That's why they have the careers that they have. They always have these numbers. So was it 1994 0-0? Yeah, I think you're right. Was that Brazil against Italy where Baggio missed the penalty and Brazil won 3-2 on penalties? I think you're right, mate. Yeah. Yeah, Brazil won that World Cup against Italy. Baggio skies it. These penalties that they do, guys, I just can't believe these are supposed to be the best footballers in the world. Remember Saka's penalty and Sancho's penalty? And people convince themselves the pressure got to them, or the young lads. They're young lads who play in front of 80, 90,000 people a week. They can't be that weak-minded, if that's what it is. Step up, take a penalty, pick a corner, whip it in. You should literally score 9 out of 10 penalties, however good the goalkeeper is, if you're a half-decent footballer. I always took penalties for my team. I think I missed 1 in my career. And I ate the beans on toast. Adam, do you have England, Portugal? I don't look that far ahead, but I think England beat France. I haven't coded Portugal. Portugal might go out. I don't know. Argentina, Brazil makes a ton of sense in the semi-final. All right. Are they going to do England and Ronaldo? Is that how it's going to be? I don't know. I'll go one day at a time. Today, I like Croatia to qualify. I like Brazil to win and Neymar to score. I practically every day I've been nailing the World Cup, and we're 15 days in. I've not got every pick right, but pretty much got it right or bang on, or said what's going to happen during the game, because it's just a joke. It really is an absolute farce. And it's crazy. The ones that I've got wrong, I had Brazil over Cameroon, but now I see exactly why they didn't win that game for what's happened today. And Argentina, I had them over Saudi Arabia, but I had Messi to score, and he did. But that's because I didn't look into Saudi Arabia at all. I got complacent. So they're bigging up Brazil now, massively. And it just smells like a trap. There's an amazing guy called Rodrigo who's been saying Brazil will win the World Cup for about 6 months to me. I think he's actually Brazilian. And he's adamant. He's like 100% adamant it's Brazil. I think that's dangerous. I've told you that the favourite rarely ever wins the World Cup. Like Brazil were massive favourites to win it. What, plus 300 or not even that? England were like 10 to 1. Nobody's talking about England. They all think it's going to be Brazil, Argentina, or France, it seems like. Ask your friends who don't know about this knowledge who they think is going to win. Adam type World Cup rig, there's a vid with 95,000. Okay, I will. All right, I told you this ain't going to be long. How do I get your website without PayPal? Jacob, you can. So you click on my link that I provide in the description. You put in your details. You click on PayPal. Once you click on that PayPal link, it takes you to an alternate payment method where you can pay with your debit card or your credit card. It took me ages to do that. Ideally, it would straight away come up with that option. You have to click on PayPal. It doesn't mean you need a PayPal account. You have to click on that to get to the other option. It is a bit frustrating, but remember, this website, Gabriel did it with me. This ain't Patreon, which is $1 million industry. All right, where they've got everything sorted. It's not going to be 100% smooth, but when you're actually on the website's phenomenal. It's the best $10 you'll ever spend. And that's the bottom line, because the illusion said so. It's the best $10 you'll spend, is that signing up to that website for what you get every day. Not just sports picks. You know how I feel about sports picks and gambling. I ain't interested in the gambling aspect. Other people are, that's up to them. But what I provide every day, the range of content, is just, it's exceptional. And I know it is. I've worked so hard to get to the level I'm at. Look what I've just revealed in this live stream in 23 minutes. Let's see if Neymar comes off. Have they started the second half yet? So I haven't seen these celebrations today in this game as well. I'm sure they're doing some sort of satanic celebrations. What did Neymar do when he scored? Did he do that? Or that? Or that? Or did he do a stupid dance? All right. Well, what? Just know, like the All Blacks in rugby, when they're doing that whole ritual before the game, it's a satanic ritual that they're doing. They're bringing the demons into them. All right? And we find it all entertaining. People are entertained by Satan, aren't they? And he knows that. The things that most people love in life are satanic. Aren't they? The things that are pure, most people have no interest in. They love things that are satanic. So, there was a guy on my website, by the way, with the gambling. I think he won $2,000 on Neymar to score. He sent his betting slip. It was about $2,000. So the guy must have some serious money if he's betting that amount on Neymar to score. It's very dangerous betting that amount of money. I was doing that for about 6 to 8 months, betting thousands of dollars a day. So toxic. Great when it hits, isn't it? You feel on top of the world. You feel like indestructible. But when it misses, It's not worth it. Also, did you see in the Croatia game, the whole World Cup's been about the Queen? Did you see the timing of the goals? Did you see the timing of the goals? It's all about the Queen, it seems. 43 minutes, 55 minutes. 43 plus 55 is 98. Like, she died 9-8. And Japan beat Croatia 4-3 in their first ever game. So, of course, Japan opened the scoring today after 43 minutes. Croatia draw to get their 43rd World Cup point. Remember the 666? Brady won the Super Bowl 666 days ago at age 43. Jesus died on 4-3. Now you've got Croatia playing Brazil, who have Gabriel Jesus in the squad. He was born on 4-3, mocking Jesus, who died on 4-3. Jesus Christ equals 43. Lucifer equals 43, who's trying so hard to be like Jesus Christ, but he'll never, ever, ever get anywhere near Jesus Christ. Just infiltrates everything, just weak. Lucifer's basically like somebody coming on my website, stealing my codes, and then making their own Patreon up and acting like it's their code. That's Lucifer. Just weak, infiltrating everything, stealing everything, trying to create his own humanity that he'll never be able to do. Best he'll do is AI. So, guys, God has won. Satan exists. This is his time right now. Pick a side. Adam, could you read my last comment? Sure, where is it? Is Neymar still on? Like, why would you not take him off? You're 4-0 up. He was injured. Why is he still on the pitch? Just laughable. Truly laughable, guys. Somebody's asking me, where's the comment? Yeah. Can you resend it? I can't find it. Neymar's a little witch. Yeah. Tiny little feet, tiny little female. They've tried to show you that Neymar's a woman. They have told you. With the way he prances around, the way he dresses, the way he keeps dyeing his hair, the earrings that he has, the girls' clothes that he wears, the handbags that he walks around with. And now he's living in Paris. He's at Paris Fashion Week and all of that, parading around. And you believe those kids are actually his? Little white kid with blonde hair? You need to wake up and see through Satan's lies before he takes you down with him. So what his aim is to take you down with him. Simple. You've got to start seeing that, or you're going to be in for a real shock next year. So anyway, where's this comment? Yeah. If you send it again, brother, I'll read it. I'm not scrolling all the way up. I can't find it. If you can resend it, I'll read it out for you. But I'm going in 5 minutes. So I've got to go eat, and I'm going to buy a new fan. I'm going to get a new fan. I'm going to buy 2 new side lamps. I want to get a new sofa. And this isn't me being like materialistic. It's just the stuff in here. It feels like it's about 70 years old, half of the stuff in this apartment. And they've just said I can extend by another year. So I want to just put my mark on this apartment, to be honest. Cheers, Chigozi. Hope you're well, my brother. But we're your fans. You don't have to be my fan. I don't really like having fans and stuff like that. Just, I love it if I'm inspiring you and I'm helping you see through the illusion. I don't need anybody to be my fan. There is one guy who I feel like he's obsessed with me, with the stuff he sends me. I feel like it's Stan, the Eminem song. Like every other minute messaging me. You got to message me back, man. I'll be the biggest fan you ever lose. Sincerely yours, Stan. P.S. We should be together too. I'm like, what is going on here? Just leave me alone. And no offense, guys. I love you all to bits. Respect for you all. Getting a lot of people saying, can you call me? I want to chat with you. No, I'm sorry. I can't just stop what I'm doing in my day or just call some random person all the time. I did that at the beginning of my journey. I was way too nice, I would say. I can't just call you or call everybody that wants me to call them, or, you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some sort of respect. I've given enough to people who I don't know at this point. I'm giving this live stream for nothing because I care about the truth being out there. So sorry, I can't call you. And it doesn't make me a jerk if I say no. Like Divine said, sometimes the best answer is no, or no is a word or something. So anyway, where's this comment? You certainly helped me see some numbers and patterns. Beautiful. That's great. You mentioned there will be an explosion that will start a war during or after the World Cup. Any more information about it? I still believe it's going to occur. I think it'll be a big explosion somewhere within the world, probably at this World Cup, that's going to trigger a war. World War III is on its way around. It was a silly dance, was it? Oh, will there be any more goals? Somebody asked me. I can tell you what they're on right now. So Brazil now have 236 goals scored. That's LeBron James's numbers that he's had 23 and 6. If they get two more, if Brazil score two more and win 6-0, they'll have 238 goals for Kobe's birthday. So they might get 6 here. They might bang 6. They may quite easily just stay on what they're on. But if they get 6, the goal difference, if they win 6-0, it'll be plus 132. That's Super Bowl 56 date. They might bang 6 past them. But again, whatever, I'm done now. Brazil won. Neymar scored. Croatia qualified. I'm not even sure who's playing tomorrow. Back's aching a bit. I've been productive today. Instead of sitting on my ass watching these fairies run around the field who have got demons in them, I was productive. I got stuff done. I'm going to keep getting stuff done. What time is it now? 13:13. That's hilarious. Neymar scored after 13 minutes. Oh, wow. That's like 1:13. Like it's Brazil's 113th game at the World Cup. I always do that. So, yeah, I've got to get off because I've got stuff to do. But, oh, yeah, Ronaldo, the big fat Brazilian. Yeah, he's huge now. He's huge. The guy who swallowed his tongue, so he missed the 1998 World Cup final. What an absolute joke. All right, just lies. Wish I could subscribe to your website. Maybe one day, baby. Much love, Shaq. Hey, and I'm about to get off. Thanks for your info, Adam. I barely watched football this World Cup as you've taken the emotion out of it. Again, I've said multiple times, if these games were being played without a stadium, without commentators, without merchandise, would you go to the local park and go watch Brazil against Korea? Would you watch it? Would you care? If there were no gambling involved, would you watch these games? If there was no social constructs of countries, would you care about watching guys just run around the field when a lot of them are mediocre? Ask yourself why you watch the games and why it's giving you a thrill. And when you really sit down and break it all down, you'll ask yourself, what am I doing? Why am I giving all this sacred energy to people I don't know who are half-decent athletes, who are worshipping Satan? Again, most of you wouldn't have any interest in these games if gambling wasn't involved. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you couldn't gamble on these games, if you couldn't gamble on Ghana and Uruguay, would you have watched it? Would you have been interested in it? No. You watch because you want to win money. You watch because of your ego, especially if it's your nation or your club watching. And then that's pretty much why you watch it. You're telling me you're going to go watch these football games and you're sitting there and you're studying the formation. All right? No, you're going there for your ego, to get a little bit of a cheap thrill and to try and win money. And I'm right, because that's what I was like deep down. But I at least had the aspect of I was a coach, know the game inside out. That sometimes I did look at patterns of play and things like that. But for the average person, it's an escape from reality. You want to win money, or you've been conditioned to like it because of your parents. Simple. So I'm off. Don't give a shit how this finishes. I will be doing my codes for tomorrow. later in the day, but I've got stuff to do. Give me a woo, guys. Woo! I think that's my first woo here. And again, if you're going to come on my Twitter and try and correct me, at least make sure you're right. And I'll say thank you. All right, I'm off. Take care, guys. This was short. Oh, my last live stream, completely organic. 5 hours, 6 minutes, 56 seconds. England won the World Cup 56 years ago. And somebody said I deliberately did that and called me a Jesuit. If you think I can plan exactly how I end a live stream with the exact time and that I'm going to go, all right, I'll do 5 hours, 6 minutes and 56 seconds. You're a fool to think that I'm able to do that. You're giving me too much credit. It was organic. It was beautiful. And I have these syncs every day in my life because God communicates with me. So I'm doing all I can to gain a relationship with him. He communicates with me. And it's beautiful. Just like me being born on my dad's birthday is absolutely beautiful. Cheers, guys. I'm out. Bye-bye.